So what you been up to, bro?
Nothing, just at home.
Same, man.
I feel like I've been going crazy. You know what's funny?
I've been going crazy.
I was kind of
outside.
I've been like trying to go outside as much as possible, but I'm tired of this neighborhood. Like all I do is go to a grocery store, buy whatever.
How is it? Is it empty when you go outside, or is still a good amount of people?
It's kind of creepy, bro.
How empty it is?
Yeah, like the other day my girlfriend was not freaking out, but she couldn't sleep because the streets were quiet. Like at night, there was no cars passing by, there was no people, there was nothing. And it was like, I don't know, like 11 at night. It's just weird. And then today we went out to get some food, and there's just barely anybody in the streets. It looks like, you ever been out like the morning of a holiday and all the stores are closed, it's super early, nobody's outside because everybody's at home drunk or whatever. It's like that, only it's a weird holiday. It's a diseased holiday. But yeah,
I enjoy it because I drive, right? So all the roads are empty.
Yeah, I don't drive. All I think is about is I haven't gone anywhere actually. I haven't taken the MTA, but if I have to go somewhere, I don't want to be in the MTA, bro. Word. It might be nice because it's empty and they probably clean it a lot, but still. But you know, just wash your hands a lot. Hand sanitizer. You know what I bought? You know the alcohol wipes they use when
for your phone?
Yeah, like they're like tiny little squares that they clean you when you get like a shot.
Yeah.
I've been cleaning my phone with it. I have a bunch. Just get home, wipe it down with alcohol. It helps. I'm assuming
especially
it helps.
your phone, because it's like you touch everything and then you touch your phone to check to look at it.
Which is stupid because if you're using gloves and then you touch your phone and then you don't clean your phone, what's the point of freaking wearing gloves? Like you wash your hands and then touch your phone again. Your hands are nasty.
Word.
But yeah, besides that, just at home. One thing that sucks is I have school, right?
Yeah.
So you'll think it's easier because you don't have to go to school and shit. But I feel like the teachers are just like taking advantage a little bit. They're like, okay, we're gonna pump them with a bunch of homework. Like I have like, basically instead of going to class, I have to do like, kind of like reading reports. So like I have these mandatory readings every class, like 2 or 3, and now I gotta write like 2 paragraphs for each, and that's like 6 paragraphs. That's like a whole essay right there. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that shit. And then one of my teachers makes shit so complicated, bro. Like her question is a paragraph, and I'm just like, yo, that's an essay you're writing just to ask me something.
Is it like follow-up question after follow-up?
Kind of. It's weird. I could show you later, dude. You're not even gonna understand the question. Like the way she writes shit is so complicated. And then on Tuesday, I got my first like lecture through like Skype or something, where we're gonna have to look at each other and we're gonna talk about stuff. I don't know. It's gonna be so awkward. I'm gonna be playing video games while she does that.
Yo, I saw this one meme. It was like my first day of online class. This dude, he just took like a picture of himself and he put it in front of his laptop.
I don't think I'll do that. I saw a meme where it was like the suspicious face, and it said like when one of the girls in your class has a 1080p webcam. And I was like, yo, I'm about to freaking live stream my class, put it on Twitch, see what they teach about.
That would be pretty funny.
But how's quarantine treating you so far?
It's boring, man. I've just been getting out of bed really late,
Losing those gains?
Yeah, I can't gym, so I just do what I can. Push-ups, pull-ups. I got like 10-pound dumbbells at home.
They work?
I mean, you gotta
I feel
do.
like you're past 10 pound dumbbells.
Yeah, you gotta do like, I just do like a whole bunch of reps, like nice and slow, controlled reps.
I should do something, man. I haven't done anything. I've been watching.
Been jogging.
I've been jogging, yeah, but that's just to get out of the house, man.
So like by where I live, right, pretty close to Caesars Bay, and like even when I drive on the belt,
It's empty.
well, I still see people running.
Yeah, people are. On Friday when I went jogging, there was like a good 50 people working out in the park. Like a lot of people. There was like a group of like 8 women with all their equipment on the. They had like the rope that you like shake in, and they had the hammer and the tire, and then they had like a bunch of things.
Oh, like
and
CrossFit.
Yeah, like CrossFit shit. But they were all doing it wrong. It was annoying me so much because I was jogging around the park, right? And they'll switch, like they'll do like 10 minutes or something, and they'll switch. And every girl did not know how to do I don't know what it's called, the ropes when you just shake them. So
I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you know what you're supposed to do, right? You grab the ropes, and then you just kind of go up and down.
Yeah.
And make basically the whole thing
Ripple.
do a wave. Yeah. But the girls were.
You could do it sideways too.
No, but they were not even putting no effort into it. They were just
Maybe
like,
it was like their 20th set, bro. They're tired.
I don't know, mate. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking because I was far away, so I couldn't tell who they were. So I was thinking it's just a bunch of old ladies working out, but it was not. It was young, young ladies just, I guess, need a trainer or something. But they were not. They were barely trying. They were like it'll ripple like twice, and we're not even making halfway. And I'm just like, yo, you gotta make it freaking wave, bro. That shit's hard too. Like doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
But it was irritating me. And then the girl doing the hammer, and they had like a tire, like half a tire on the floor, and then a hammer, like the sledgehammer, and they'll just toss it, and it'll bounce, and they'll pick it up and toss it. Like they barely like put effort into like swinging it, which is the exercise.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I saw a lot of people jogging, and then I saw other people like working out in the basketball court. Like there was a lot of people. But then, like I've been going out just jog, right? I see a lot of people, but then today there was nobody. It was dead. Maybe because it's Sunday.
It's probably gonna get worse and worse too, honestly.
Worse how?
Like, it's gonna be more dead out there. Actually, I don't know.
More dead. I think it's gonna be the opposite. Like people are freaked out right now,
right?
And then, like the numbers probably gonna go up because they can only go up for like people infected. But I feel like people are just gonna get tired of being home, and they're gonna be like, fuck it. If I get infected, I get infected. I'm gonna go out. Because that's how I am, kind of. Like I'm just like.
So you don't even care anymore if you get infected?
I do care because I don't wanna, like isolate myself from everybody and not want to not infect everybody, but just I still want to go out. So I'm just more careful. For example, today I went to the bank. I got some food and I went to groceries, right? So I left my house, like. I don't touch my face. I carry a hand sanitizer.
Do you wear a mask too, like a face mask?
No, fuck that. What's the point? I'm not standing in a crowded area.
So like a lot of markets right now, like by me, like if you're not wearing a face mask, they don't even let you shop. And I think BJ's too. BJ's, if you don't wear a face mask, they don't let you in.
But the face mask, I will understand it if it was like a market where like the food is exposed. But all the food is covered, right?
It is, but then like I think it's like the coughing and the sneezing too. Like even you breathing, like you're letting it out into the air, right? But like now when you're coughing and sneezing, like you're kind of adding force to it, so like I think it travels further. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I get it if workers use it, like because I go to a supermarket and the cashiers using it. That's fine because
Do you know anybody who's infected currently?
No. Do you?
Possibly. Like my friends that are nurses, they're telling me that like some of their coworkers tested positive, and like they were like, yeah, I was just working with this person the other day.
I feel like people test positive and they don't even realize they're positive. They just happen to be sick, right? Yeah, and then it'll go away or something.
Some people they tested positive without showing symptoms. Some people showing, like even on social media right now, like on Twitter and Instagram, some younger people, they're posting like, oh yeah, I can't even breathe without a respirator right now.
Yeah, which is weird because I don't know, it's that's why I don't like going to the internet, because you get like conflicting ideas. Yeah, like somebody's like, yeah, it's nothing, dude. I got sick, I recovered, and then I got tested positive for it. And some people are like, yo, I'm dying. There's a bunch of bodies everywhere. I saw a guy come from the dead and walk around like a zombie. Like it's nuts. But I am cautious. Like I went to the bank. I did touch the handle. I pushed all the buttons, but then when I left, I put hand sanitizer. I didn't touch my face. If I pay cash, I like hand sanitizer when I go in and out. And then if you buy veggies and stuff, like just clean the veggies.
Word.
Just, you don't have to be extra, but be cautious.
I finally watched that Rogan episode.
How was it? Scare you?
I mean, I don't know. Even when we were talking last week, I was already in like a state of like fear. Like it was already scaring me.
You were paranoid last week.
I was very paranoid.
You were sick last week, and I didn't want her to talk to you because she was gonna cough and you're gonna freak out.
I wouldn't freak out like that, but I appreciate it.
She's better now, by the way. She was not sick. She was sick, like normally, just because I think she slept with the window open and she had a cough, but she's been coughing constantly.
So that's the thing. Like they were saying, like one of the symptoms is a cough, but it's a dry cough.
Yeah, she had a dry cough, but that's the only symptom she. That's the only symptom she had. Cause I was checking her temperature, like kept touching her forehead to see, but she only had a cough and that's it. And it's only because she freaking slept with her mouth open, and then she got her nose got clogged up, like I don't know, mucus or something, and then she kept breathing through her mouth, so I just made it worse.
Damn, you know what's crazy? Before like all the workplaces stopped closing, right? I mean, we're forced to close. At my sister's workplace, she works for like a small company, and what they were doing, they were using like a heat, like a thermo
Yeah,
gun.
to check everybody's temperature.
And they're like, if you had a high temperature, you go home.
That's what they're doing in China and everywhere. Where does she work?
Just like this small company.
But
It's like a sales company.
Do they have customers coming in and out?
Nope.
Or just the employees?
Only employees. It's a warehouse.
I guess that makes sense. I heard somebody in Amazon warehouse got tested positive. Man, they were coughing all the packages and then sending them out.
That's crazy, bro.
I feel like a lot of people are gonna get infected, and which is scary because a lot of people are gonna die.
This is only the beginning, bro. For New York City, this is only the beginning.
China reached 80,000 infected, right?
Yeah, and no new local like infections.
Yeah, which is crazy, right?
So
like
it's kind of capped.
It capped, and out of those 80,000, I think worldwide it's like 8,000 people dead so far.
So yeah, I think why Italy is getting hit so serious is there are a lot of old people there, and then a lot of people smoke too. And I know in China, there's a lot of people smoke in China too. So I think it like varies from person to person,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people recovered, and out of those 80,000 people, and the numbers already kind of like plateaued and kind of are steady now. A lot of them are recovered, or I don't know, like 4,000 people over there died or something, which is not a lot. It is a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time, and it kind of gives you like an idea of how it might be here.
Us, right?
Yeah. But we also have better like I think we're more
equipped.
Yeah, equipped to handle something crazy like that. Maybe not as much. But we're not I'm not saying China's a third world country, but Wuhan, that area was a poor area, right?
Yeah.
Compared to New York City, I think
a lot of provinces in China are still like third world though. Like there's even the cities, they're still like up and coming. They're not fully developed yet, But it's not like it's nothing like New York.
What I'm scared is that it plateaued because China just stopped reporting them or just stopped testing them because maybe they ran out and maybe they're lying, because weren't they lying since the beginning? They're like they have this under
it's pretty shady, man.
So that's the only thing that I'm kind of iffy about, just because maybe there's like 100 million people, like not 100 million, like 100,000 people already infected in China instead of 80,000. Or how much people are infected in the world? Last time I checked, it was like 200,000.
Might even be 300,000 now. Cause like the numbers for New York, like they were exponential, man.
New York is 8,000, I think, last time I checked.
Really?
Which could be more now. 8,000 was like yesterday. It's going like.
It might be in the 5 digits now.
You want to check?
Yeah.
Freak everybody out? Nah, not on the computer.
I don't think anybody's gonna freak out.
I'm gonna freak out, bro. It's just I've been checking.
Are you getting paranoid now? I'm paranoid to the point where like I don't want to go outside.
I'm not paranoid.
I'm scared of seeing people on the street now.
I've been going outside a lot.
I haven't been going out
at all.
Only around my block.
I've been going out. Like I talk to the people in the supermarket. I go to the park to jog. I went to pick up food. I see Uber drivers that deliver the food or something.
I'm kind of even scared to order food. Like, like what if somebody has it, but they need money, right? So they're gonna work, and now they're like working with food, and like, man,
336,000 people are infected.
336,000.
14,000 deaths.
Worldwide?
This is worldwide. Let's check New York.
Yeah, check New York.
Well, I think you're going to... No, yeah.
Where are you looking at this from?
Worldmeter.info.
And it's accurate, right?
I don't know. I always check that.
I see people posting this on Instagram, though.
Yeah, these numbers are always higher than the World Health Organization, which is WHO. So I don't know which one gets updated faster, but I just been checking this one.
And this is only the stuff that's like on public records, though, right?
Yeah,
like hospitals and shit.
And then the thing is that these are only the tests that we have done, right?
Where multiply it. So one of my friends who's a nurse, he was like, "Yo, whatever is reported, times it by 10 to be safe." And I was like, "By 10, damn."
There's U.S. third now. 32,000 people are infected in the U.S.
Said last time you checked was.
Last time I checked was
New York, though, right?
No, this is U.S. New York. Let's check New York. New York is 15,000 people.
So it's like almost doubled since yesterday.
Yesterday, 2,000 people were new cases. 2,000 new cases yesterday. That's crazy. 15,000 people. Next up is Washington with 2,000. So it's literally 15,000 to 2,000. Like everybody infected is in New York City.
New York is a hotspot.
I mean, we're so crowded. The thing is that if you go to like LA or I don't know, like other cities,
it's big and it's populated, but everybody's
wide and spread out. Yeah, here we're all congested.
We're on top of each other, like everybody's neighbors.
Next, I think we're gonna keep doing podcasts, and then we're gonna reach one where it's just one of us. Like one of us is dead.
Don't say dead.
All right, infected.
Yeah, infected.
We're gonna do a Skype podcast.
Word on Discord. Yo, so that's actually so pros and cons with this quarantine. You know, all my friends are home. Like I wake up, everybody's on Discord. It's like reminding me.
What is Discord?
It's just like a server where you can talk to people. You know, it's like voice chat. Yeah.
Interesting.
So like all my friends are on Discord, and it reminds me of like elementary school days. You know, like after class or like summertime, you're just chilling with the boys online, man. So that's fun.
That's fun.
Like, but the cons is like I can't go outside. I can't go to the gym. You know, like I'm so used to like lifting weights. You know, so like even doing these body exercises, it doesn't. You have to do more.
I mean, you should be fine. It's not like transmitted through the air. Just wash your hands when you get home and wipe down your.
I think it could be through air though, right?
But I thought, that's the confusing thing, right? Like, we listened to the podcast with Rogan.
Yeah.
And the guy said it's transmitted through the air. Yeah. That's why
Because he was saying the main cause is just your respiratory system, which is you breathing.
Yeah. Like if you're in the same room, you're gonna get it, and that's the thing that happened in the cruise ships, where they were all like, they're not in the same rooms. Everybody's in their own rooms, but they're all using like the same like air filtration, or the air's being cycled through the whole ship. So that's why everybody's getting sick. But if you look in the CDC or the World Health Organization information, it says it's transmitted through droplets, in the sense that if I cough and you're in front of me and it lands on you and it gets in your eyes or your nose or your ears, then you get it, or you have a higher chance of getting it. But I don't know what's like true. There's so much information.
I don't think anybody knows, because it's like, since it is like a new, it's not like completely new. It's just like a new strain, right?
Yeah, which is, I don't know, man.
So there could be, there's just a lot that we don't know about it.
I mean, another thing is like, if it's on a surface, right?
Yeah.
I heard like
it could live on the surface.
It could live on the surface for like a bunch of hours.
Yeah,
and
like
some people say it's only 3 seconds.
Soft surfaces. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like on hard surfaces, it lives longer. On soft surfaces, it doesn't live as long.
I have another question. I heard that coronavirus, the coronavirus, is just a name for all viruses, right? Not all viruses, or like all flu-like viruses,
you hear what
right?
Donald Trump is calling it? The Chinese virus.
Which is funny.
Man,
is that racist?
I think it is racist because
you got the Spanish flu.
But you see, like, that's I don't know, cause like I'm Chinese, right? But I'm from America, and him saying Chinese virus is gonna like, people are gonna look at Asians and they're gonna just be like, it's your fault.
Well, the stupid part is that it already has a name, right? Everybody's calling it Corona or Con V, whatever. The Rona. It already has a name. He's already changing the name. Like Spanish flu was called.
But you see, like he's America's leader, right? So him saying that is gonna enable other people
until he gets it and he dies by that.
I don't wanna say that. I don't wanna wish it upon him, but he's a great businessman, but
if he gets it, he gets it.
Yeah, fuck it down, bro. He's gonna be all right, because he's the fucking president, bro. They're gonna take care of him.
But he's old though. Whatever. He's freaking almost 80, I think, right? He's 76 or something. I mean, I don't want to.
He don't give a fuck. Like, if you look at all the other presidents, they all look like they aged 10 years. He looks the same.
But that might be just
he don't give a fuck. He just don't give a fuck.
Maybe like when he gets home, takes off his makeup, he looks completely different. Have you seen like his hairline? Like, you see orange to white. Yeah.
Nah,
like
you know what that is? It's probably because of spray tan or like the tanning bed, and he wears those glasses.
I bet he does a bunch of things to make him look good. Like,
I'm sure he does.
Plus, he does a bunch of drugs.
He does drugs?
I think there was a rumor that he did a bunch of drugs, like Adderall or something, like just to stimulate him to have so much energy.
Maybe coke. Adderall it makes you focus. I've not done Adderall or Coke, but
I gotta look into this conspiracy.
from my friends that have told me.
You haven't done Coke?
I've not done Coke.
Missing out, man.
Yo, what's the timer at?
Let's check it. Oh, right, it's on my phone. You got 7 minutes left.
All right.
Ignore what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, it's none of your business, man. It's our low budget production.
It's not that low. I think we're doing
it's
pretty
not
good,
that
bro.
low. It's getting better and better progressively.
If you look at the quality from this camera compared to the last camera, you'll see the difference.
Let's see if
the difference. Editing is still our last couple podcasts. I mean, you could see.
You know what we should do? We should make a Discord server, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the time we could start playing Minecraft, and then we could just
record it and upload it.
We could play with our 5 viewers.
We could do that.
Just everybody talk.
They will love that.
Yeah, he already told me which one to buy. He told me to buy the Bedrock edition.
Just let me know when to hop on.
I just been playing a lot of GTA, man.
I wish GTA was cross-platform. It might be.
No, it's not.
GTA 6.
It's in the works, but that's probably not gonna be out for like another couple of years.
But I feel like most multiplayer games are just gonna become cross-platform. Like PS4.
I think it's smart, especially for games like those, because it's not even the competitive games, which are like mostly first-person shooters, right? Like that, I would understand why you wouldn't do cross-platform.
Why?
Because
Sorry, I got burped.
just like so with PC, I feel like there's a higher skill cap, right? Because you have all these buttons, so you could set hotkeys, and just with the mouse, you're gonna be able to move faster than you do with a joystick.
But if you allow cross-platform, right?
Yeah.
You should also allow mouse and keyboard, because you could connect mouse and keyboard to your PS4 and play games.
That is true.
Like I don't know how to use mouse and keyboard for gaming, but I've been practicing on Modern Warfare. But if you connect mouse and keyboard, you can't take out cross-platform. So you have to play cross-platform, which is good, right? Because you're playing with other people with mouse and keyboard and people with controllers. And then at that point, it's a choice whether you want to use the mouse and keyboard or controller.
I'm not trying to talk shit, but like, I think PC gaming has the highest skill level.
Yeah, because you have.
In terms of like, no matter what game, you know, like if there's
okay.
a shooter on Call of Duty, like
you
could
say
be
no matter what game though.
You could I'm pretty sure.
How?
Because it's just like this. A computer is just gonna be faster than any console, you know. Like you have if it comes down to like the specs, like you could have a really good TV, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even actually I think most serious gamers, if they're on console and they probably have like a gaming monitor.
I agree with you
with
to a certain extent, because I feel like if you have a gaming PC, you have invested so much into gaming that you got a gaming PC, right?
Yeah.
For casual gamers, you probably are really good, but it doesn't really matter. It's like comparing somebody who's in like who street races compared to, or like who has a fast car compared to somebody who has invested a lot of time and has, you know, like a freaking.
But just think about it. So with a mouse, right? Like you can move any direction, right? So it feels like the movement is, you could set the sensitivity to move, like how fast your hand moves, how fast your reactions are, right? Yeah. But then with a controller, you're limited to the joystick. For a
that's only for first-person shooters, though. So like if you play other games, it might be easier to have a controller.
Maybe like a driving game, but like even for a driving game, everybody's gonna use like the steering wheel setup, you know.
I don't know. I like my controllers.
All right, maybe what
I like controllers for games if I'm not trying to be like super skillful. I feel like I honestly feel like, mouse and keyboard is best for shooters. Yeah. That's about it. But sometimes when I'm playing a story, I like, you know, the rumbling. I like just like having, like hopping on the couch and not having to like deal with a desk and stuff. You know, it's more casual.
I do like to drive with the controller though. Like if I'm playing a driving game.
But if I had to choose, right, any controller, I would definitely pick a wheel. Yeah. I've been thinking about that, bro. I'm trying to.
Dude, there's some crazy stuff. Like they have these exoskeletons, right?
I want that.
Where it's like it's like a bucket seat. It comes with the pedals. And then like it has a whole cage where like you could set up monitors, and
if we make
you could put like 3 monitors, and it'll feel like you're driving a real car, because you know you get the peripherals.
If we make it, our studio is gonna have one of those.
Like a game 100%. Room?
Like not just a game room, but like a VR room.
Fuck that. We just get real cars and go to a track.
Yeah, but if you want to drive like different cars, I mean, I'm talking about like. Realistically,
get like Forza, right?
Yeah, and then just race each other, because
that would be pretty fun.
We could do like a video out of it, like we go race the same track that's in the game, and then race each other in real life, and then versus the game.
It comes with like a gearbox, and then if you want the e-brake, you actually have to fill it with fluid too. You have to
just for the
yeah.
That's weird.
To lock the rear wheels when you want to drift.
And then the steering wheel has like not how you call it, like it has a motor in it, right? So like if you're hitting
like the electric steering.
Yeah, not just that, but let's say you're driving like a car and then you hit like, I don't know, like a weird turn, and then your steering wheel gets jammed or something, or it gets stiff.
I think it does.
It has like feedback.
Yeah, the feedback.
I want that.
The haptic feedback.
How tight would that be, bro?
It would be pretty sick.
And then we could have a flight simulator.
A flight simulator?
Just like a whole freaking cabin with a bunch of buttons.
You know, there's actually this thing that I saw. It's a crashing simulator. So they put you in like a giant cargo. What is it? Those shipping containers. Mm-hmm. Those cargo. The ones they put on the cargo.
They move it.
Yeah, they move it and like to simulate a plane crash. I'm like, what is the point of that? Like, come on, the chances of you surviving a plane crash. It's
to simulate the plane crash, or the idea of like losing the scent.
I think everything, all of the above.
But you're not gonna crash because
I don't know how
it'll break everything. Because I seen that, you know. I seen like those pods that move around, where pilots practice maneuvers and shit. Where it's just it's basically a video game, but it moves and you have to like react fast and react on time and stuff. That's a little too intense. I feel like I'll just crash each time. I think I saw in a show or like Mythbusters or something where they just tested one out. You want to stop real quick because time's gonna finish.
I can pause it real quick.
Yeah.
You said you missed editing?
Yeah, because you edited last week. I was like, I kind of want to edit.
You do?
Yeah.
That editing is. I want to learn like the crazy editing. Like this editing is good to start. Like just snipping.
I was trying to practice with the hot ones, but it was so much just by itself. Because I'm learning everything that, I don't know, it took me forever to edit that video. It took me more just to make the intro and stuff and the outro. Have you made any of them?
I told you, the one that I did, it was like with the skyline, and I was like,
you didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't.
Try to make some.
I ended up just scrapping it.
Save them. I think I could see them if you save them.
Oh, you did, Ken?
If you're signed in, yeah, I think so. I don't know. I
still have the information and everything, so.
Welcome back, guys, to our podcast. Want to keep talking about video games? I don't know. It's a little bit nicer to talk about video games than something crazy like.
Get our mind off, right?
I mean, I honestly haven't been thinking about Corona or anything.
Same.
I just kind of been chilling, living life. I'm
kind of over it, man.
That's what I'm thinking. Like everybody's just gonna forget about it. It is what it is. We're just gonna live with it.
You see, there's like people that are like going around houses and shit, breaking and entering.
Why? Why would you do that? Everybody's home. Like there's a higher chance of you breaking into a house.
So there was this first a bunch of, I think this was in California, in Oakland, I think. I'm not sure. It was just somewhere in California. People were dressed in like the suits, right? Mm-hmm. Like the quarantine suits, and they were knocking on doors and saying that they were giving out tests. So when people let them in, they would just like,
oh, they'll rob the house, not just break in. Yeah. That's a little different.
But then this morning, one of my friends shared me his video. It was like a like a camera footage, right? Mm-hmm. These people, they're actually breaking into a door, like. So.
Were people home?
I don't know.
Scary.
Cause like the footage cut off like, right when.
Probably died.
When like they opened the first door and there was a second door they were trying to get in, and this was in our city.
New York City?
Yeah, closer to me than you. So like, you know, just.
But why though? Because like if life was normal, right?
Yeah.
And you break into a house, chances are that nobody's gonna be there if you break in between like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. right? Because people are working. But now everybody's quarantined, everybody's at home. If you break into a house,
some
people are
just savages, man.
Taking advantage.
Yeah, cause like, I saw this one. This was also in California. It was a father and daughter. They just went up to this old Asian lady that was sitting on the front lawn. Yeah. And they robbed her of her jewelry.
Cause she's Asian?
I don't think it's cause she's Asian, just cause they saw her out there.
But I feel like all this stuff just happens on the regular, right?
Yeah. It's just that now there's social media, man.
Cause that's the thing that like I feel like there's trends in crime,
Yeah.
which is weird. Like, for example, if the popular thing is gun control, right? The media is gonna like report a bunch of gun related incidents,
Uh huh.
but statistically it probably hasn't gone up.
Yeah.
But the reports have gone up, and now everybody's like, "Yo, we have to get rid of these guns,"
Because
right?
they know, it's like it's
popular.
for it's for
It's
the
views.
views, man.
So right now, what's popular is Corona. So everybody freaking all the news is Corona, 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 right?
Yeah, word.
You can see it everywhere. Like I don't know, like what's the hot topic of the year, right? Like I don't know, like last year was like a lot of fires, so everybody reports fires and stuff. I don't know, it's weird.
2020 is fucked up, bro. It's just bad news
Already.
after bad news after bad
You
news.
gotta stay positive though.
Word. No.
If 2020 is bad, that means 2021 is gonna be good, cause or the karma, or like not karma, like the world,
It's got to
good and evil has to
rebalance
balance.
stuff.
Yeah,
All right, so you know what you should do? You should do right now.
it's fucking stupid.
What everyone should be doing right now. So the stock market has been crashing. This is a pandemic, and the stocks have been, all stocks have been dropping.
Buy stocks.
Yeah, I would wait a little bit longer.
I don't have
Maybe-
money to buy stocks. I'm gonna sell my camera.
All right, when Donnie sends you that 2K check in the mail, put it into some stocks.
All right, because you think he's gonna do that, or you just
I
said
don't know.
that?
I think it would help a lot of people.
I think it would, in a sense.
Like I
Or
don't.
postponed.
So like all these break-ins and shit, I'm not saying that it's right, but like, maybe that's just those people's means of surviving. Like it's not right, but
Maybe like they didn't prepare. They didn't have enough money to, I feel like
and it sucks that they turned to that route, but
chances are that they're not. They're just taking advantage of a bad situation.
a lot of
But-
people are, man.
What happened to staying positive, man? Let's talk about something else.
Hey, I'm chilling, bro. I'm ready for situations like this.
You got a gun? You're not ready.
I didn't answer the question.
I got
and
an AK-47 under my
I
bed.
won't answer the question.
I got 2 Glocks under each of my pillows in my bed.
But when somebody steps up to me, I will take the challenge.
I got a shoddy taped under this table.
Especially if it means, protecting my loved ones. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? Fast forward a week and everybody's rating everything, and you're literally on top of your roof like. I heard that happened during the LA riots after what's his name? The guy who got beat up by a bunch of cops because he was black.
There's so many of them, man.
Yeah, but the big one, well, the LA riots.
Was
right?
it recently?
No, it was like in the 90s or something, right? The LA riots.
Yeah,
and then
I actually had an assignment on that. I don't know who it is, but
I forgot his name. I should know this. I'm American. But during the LA riots, right? Everybody was raiding and
just
like
beating the shit out of people.
yeah, but they're raiding like businesses, like mom and pop businesses.
Uh-huh.
So then people will defend their territories because the cops were busy like
Word.
dealing with the riots, right? So people will stand on their roof and shoot at like intruders, or not shoot, but like aim down their guns at intruders because people are always like breaking windows and raiding like stores and restaurants and shops and stuff. And it's crazy that like it could get to that point. Like, man, it happens in New York where everybody's raiding each other and we're like
The
we're
gun
trying to
laws
defend.
are so strict here, bro.
Shake what?
The gun laws in New York are super strict.
But imagine we're like outside our house with a stick or something, like swinging back at people trying to steal our toilet paper.
Hey, man, it could happen within the next few months.
Maybe.
It could.
But the good thing is that every time I go to a supermarket, it's stocked up. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
The thing I'm happy about, that in my neighborhood, the supermarkets are not crazy. Like,
Man, by me, bro, I don't even want to go out.
yeah, dude, I'm so happy because I go to a supermarket, there's no line. There's people shopping like normal. But I go in, I grab food, egg. There's definitely like shelves that are empty, but there's still a lot of stuff. Like, there's eggs, there's milk, there's cereal, there's canned food, there's meat. I go in, I grab everything I need.
After tonight, right? 8 p.m. There, everything that's non-essential is shut down.
Yeah, but I mean, what's not essential? Do you hear that the GameStop tried to keep the store? Is trying to keep their stores open.
They got a lot of heat for it.
But I feel like it's because they're bankrupt, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they're going bankrupt.
like after this whole situation, every business that was teetering on like the point of bankruptcy, that's it, it's done.
Yeah.
Like too bad. Everything's gonna close. Like now on, if we recover, right, which we probably are from this whole pandemic,
For sure.
we're gonna come back to a world where all these shops are closed because they couldn't make it through the.
That's all right.
The whole
There'll be new
situation.
ones. Businesses,
Nah, bro, everything's gonna be Amazon, Walmart, all the big giant corporations are gonna own everything. Like,
Yeah, but nah, there'll still be smaller shops. These small
doubt it,
shops,
bro.
because so like the thing is that some people like these in-store experiences. Like they like the novelty of it.
Yeah, but enough. Like most people buy their stuff from the internet anyways.
I think that's just the younger generations, and then well, I guess because this thing might wipe out all the old heads.
That's what I'm thinking. But isn't like statistically like stores and malls are closing nationwide
Yeah.
because everybody's buying their stuff from the internet or Amazon. Like it's basically gonna be a bunch of shit closing down, and then we're gonna be nostalgic for stuff, and then Amazon's gonna open a bunch of retail stores, and we're gonna have to go shop at Amazon, and then we're gonna have Amazon movie theaters, Amazon bookstores, which we already do, Amazon grocery stores, which we already
Amazon
do.
actually started off as a bookstore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna have Amazon, I don't know, like barbershops, Amazon restaurants.
That would be actually pretty crazy.
But
That's probably what Jeff Bezos got cooking up, though.
I think he has a new service that was similar to that. I forgot what it was. I heard about it. But they have delivery, right?
Yeah.
They have grocery stores through Whole Foods. They have their actual physical stores. They have bookstores.
Word.
They have a streaming service. They're making movies and making shows. That's
a
a lot.
They're
That's
doing
a
it.
lot,
They're
bro.
doing it.
It's crazy.
Very business savvy. He's getting his foot into every
They gotta
door.
chill. They gotta chill. But I love Amazon though. Everything I buy is.
All right, but how about so I feel like their services are great, but like just yesterday I was talking to my sister about it, like about how the work conditions are for the the entry level workers. Like it's tough on them.
I heard it's tough. But any job is tough though.
Not as tough as Amazon though, because she was telling me that how one thing was that the warehouse workers, right? They get penalized for
Being too slow.
they get 15-minute breaks.
That's what we do. So
All right, but hear this out, right? So their bathrooms are not even like 15 minutes in distance. So she was saying that like a lot of these workers, like they pee in bottles and they leave it there.
I don't know how crazy that is.
That would be insane. But like I was thinking,
I don't know about that. I think that might be a little exaggerated. Does she work there, or she just?
So her company is based off of Amazon.
My friend works in the warehouse.
And how is it?
He likes it.
He likes it.
Here's the thing. This is the reason he likes it, right?
All right.
Because this motherfucker's crazy. Because he likes. So he's super competitive. He's my friend that plays a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Well, he used to play a lot of Call of Duty. He was like a nerd. His KD was like 4 point something. Like he's nuts. So he likes competition. He likes going as fast as possible.
Okay.
So,
efficiency.
yeah, he likes efficiency. He
Yeah.
worked at he was my age, right? And he worked at a company before Amazon where he had to package, I think like knobs and stuff. Like he worked in this factory kind of, like they produced like high-end like doorknobs and screws and a bunch of stuff. And his job was to package it. And then he had like a table, and he'll do everything rapid and send it out. He'll try to do as fast as possible. He timed himself. And then he was the best. And then he realized that nobody's trying that hard, so he just kind of gave up. And then they promoted him, so now he just sits on the computer and manages stuff. So then he just got lazy. So then he quit that job, started working at Amazon. And then Amazon, they have a timer, and they have all the stuff they need to put into a box. So they grab all the stuff, or they have to run to wherever they have to go, grab the stuff, put it in a box, put it on a robot. The robot takes it somewhere, and then next thing pops out, all the stuff he has to get. So he'll run, or like take his not take his time.
We
but
need
he
to
has
bring this
timer.
guy on board.
I have him on. Talk about Amazon to see how it is. I don't know if he still works there, but I think he does. So he likes the challenge. He likes the timer. He likes the fact that he has to do this in a specific time. But he's also young though. He's also he's young. He does work out. He likes challenges. So he's not your average dude. But he likes the idea that everybody's working really hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just one dude. I don't think he pees in the bottle. And I think starting you get paid like $18 an hour or something, which is not bad, but it's not great. But who knows? It's a job. At least you're working.
I mean, I feel like it's like that with most major corporations, you know.
Like the lower end.
Yeah, they're gonna get the short end of the stick. But that's the thing, you know. That's just how it is in corporations. Like, you're replaceable, you know.
I can't wait. I can't wait to our company grows. We have employees and then we shit on them. It's gonna be great.
You want to shit on them? I don't want to shit on them.
Yes, I do. I want to get interns, not pay them, and make them work really hard. You hear that, motherfuckers?
Nobody's gonna want to work with us.
Nah, they get internship. Like, they get credit for the school.
For school?
Like, if they want to be, like, if we have an entertainment company, right?
Yeah.
And we make a bunch of like content, and then you work, you're in college or something, and you're trying to get a film degree, and you're trying to find a job and volunteer or have an internship. Come work over here. We'll make you do stupid stuff like get coffee. I mean, probably not. We just have them do stuff like learn how to edit or something. Depends. We'll see.
So, are you like a minimalistic person?
In what way? What does that mean?
Just in like terms of living, you know, your living standard.
Cause I think I'm minimalistic because I'm poor.
Yeah, but like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you started making more money, would the cost of living start like jumping? Because I think I think for me too, you know, like I would wanna live in luxury if it was an option.
If I was given like $1 billion, I think I'll reach a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm good, and I'll do a lot of good stuff with the money. In the sense that I won't buy like a stupid, crazy big yacht, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably buy a house, you know, buy cars, like hang out, invest the money, and then, you know, like support friends and family. I'm not like psychotic. I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm definitely satisfied to a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about like Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah, that's too much money. I don't know what I'll do.
All right, so even with as much money as he's accumulated, right? So I think the warehouse workers, they're allowed unpaid leave. Like, if you were that rich and you're in his position, would you just like pay them well, or you're like, fuck it?
But the thing is that Jeff Bezos has a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't get rich by giving people money.
No.
Without working.
That's something too, like, that like I'm conflicted with. Like, I don't know how I'll be, honestly. Cause
if
like
you become like successful, like with your workers and stuff.
Yeah. No, like, I'm always willing to reward people for their hard work, right? But, you know, you do have some of those workers where they do the bare minimum.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like if we are the owners of a company, and we don't see what we want to see in our workers, which we see every day, then either we have to push them to work harder or let them go, right? I feel like the issue with large companies is that there's a lot of like space between the low end workers and the really high end workers, and there's a lot of people in between, right? But if we have a company like an entertainment company, we are gonna be working with everybody. Like, everybody's gonna see us every day. We're gonna be there every day. We're gonna be in a position where they're doing a job that we did once, so it's gonna be way different. Like, we're gonna
we'll understand.
Yeah, we'll know their difficulties. We'll know what they're capable of, and we'll know when they're not working as hard as they should be. So I think at that point, I think we'll make the right decision in a sense. The hard part is getting to that point where we have people working for us. But I don't know. The hard part is when you get close to people, right? Because then they become more than employees.
Just an employee, yep.
Then you ain't working hard enough, bro. You gotta fire them. But you don't just fire an employee, you fire a friend. Yeah. Which is weird.
Does it destroy the friendship? I don't know.
Depends on the person.
I'm able to put my foot down with stuff like, you know, like, especially
the whip.
I think especially for stuff like that. I mean, if we ever get to that point, you know, there's got to be like paperwork, contracts.
We'll see. That's why you gotta be careful, I guess. Another thing is like, I feel like if we have a company, we won't just hire. Like, we'll get, like, if we have somebody that's working for us, right? We'll make them do something that they're good at. So in a sense, we control where they're at. And then once we have like family and friends in their positions, when we hire new people, we're hiring them for their skill sets, which is different than hiring a family member and then placing them somewhere. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I was thinking about it. I was like, could a company, like, if I was rich one day, right,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I have more than enough for myself and for generations, like, is there a company that, can I maintain a company where I don't take any of that money and I just distribute it between the workers? Because, you know, if you keep your workers happy, the business will go strong.
Yeah, but
You gotta, I mean, of course, you gotta
I feel
please
like
the customers.
I feel like it's more complicated than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I feel like if you're Jeff Bezos or Bill
Yeah.
Gates, it's not about the money. It's about the number. It's like
I think for Jeff Bezos, it is about the money because he didn't pay any taxes.
that's what I'm saying. It's
year.
about, like, it's not about being rich. It's about being the richest.
Yeah.
It's about hitting that mark, right? Like, him and his wife divorced, and during the divorce, she got $50 billion.
50 billion it was?
That's half the money. So she got 50 billion from that divorce, or around there, right? Like 30, 40
I think it was
billion.
less. Yeah, I think it was less than 50 billion.
But
She became the richest female in the world, just like that.
But I feel like you get so narcissistic and you get so power hungry that it doesn't matter what anybody else wants. All you see is like the goal, right? Which is to be the richest, to be the most powerful, to be like basically conquer the world. And I feel like that's just kind of like a weird mental illness that they use in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're not like you and I. They're more like they're just different. That's the reason they got up there. Like, I don't think we'll be able. Like, I'm not trying to knock you or me,
No.
but I don't think we'll be able
to climb
yeah,
that.
unless
Yeah.
we got lucky or something. I don't think we'll be able to reach that point because we're not that crazy. I feel like you have to be a little crazy to reach that point. Same with
I wouldn't
president.
really do
Same
that.
with, you know, like CEOs. They're a little crazy, little nuts. I feel like if we become successful, it will not be success through money, but it'll be success through, you know, like having lots of friends, having lots of family, having successful people around us. You know what I mean? Like, our success is we value success in a different way. Like, Jeff Bezos probably doesn't have a lot of people around him that he loves or cares about. He got divorced.
He cheated on his wife, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when you
With
reach,
his best friend's wife. That's some wild
that's what I'm
shit.
saying. Like, he is probably alone in this world. He values success differently. He's successful because he reached, like, he became the most richest person in the world. But is he successful in the terms of love? Like, he
Yeah.
probably doesn't have a lot of
I
people
mean,
that
even
love him.
what was it? Oh, Steve Jobs too, right? He had the same thing. Like, I heard he wasn't close with his family.
Exactly, right? Like, his definition of success is different.
Yeah.
Like, I value my friendship with
Same.
people more than I do money, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm eating, everybody's eating.
Word.
And that's not gonna make me the richest person in the world
Wrong.
because I'm sharing my wealth.
But hey, man, it's fine. You know.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which, honestly, if I live the rest of my life, you know, like, making decent money,
Yeah.
but I have like a bunch of people around me that I love and I do what I love, I'll be more happy than Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whoever is the richest person in the world. Because it doesn't matter how much freaking Ferraris you have. If you ain't happy, you ain't happy.
Word.
As long as I
You
can
only
cover.
can drive one car. You can drive by yourself. Like,
I feel like Bill Gates is in the middle. Like, he probably has that drive, but he's probably not like super selfish and narcissistic and stuff.
I mean, when he dies, he's giving away 99%
exactly.
of
I
his
feel
wealth.
like he's super humble.
Yeah.
Mainly because I feel like he did not want to be the richest person in the world. He just wanted to create like a software, like Microsoft. He just wanted to build a company, and he wanted to work on his passion. Same with what's his name, Elon Musk. Like, I don't think he's kind of, you know, he's a little crazy, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not power hungry in a sense.
Yeah, he's not
He's just trying to. I feel like he's working for humanity.
Yeah,
like, he's trying
he
to.
is.
He's
When you hear him talking shit, he doesn't care. Like, he said it. I remember there was this one. He was on an interview and he was asked, "How do you feel about all these other electric car companies that are coming out?" And he was like, "I think it's wonderful. I think it's great that it's driving competition. More people are looking into it." And he was saying, like, you know, as more of this happens, more new technologies are gonna come out, and it's only gonna be beneficial for the world. And he was like, "Sure, it might not be great for me or like my company, but he was
good for
like,
humanity."
yeah, exactly."
I think I don't know. I think when he created Tesla, he made his patents public, so everybody could use this.
I think the only
software.
thing is the battery, right?
I don't know.
I think that's the only thing that he he had like trademarked the batteries.
Maybe. I mean, I think the technology is out there, but he probably has like secrets, like the software and then the batteries and stuff like that. And that was back then with like the first Tesla, before, you know, like they had the Cybertruck and stuff, which I don't know.
Yo, when it was just like the Model S, right? There was a Roadster already.
Yeah, but
it was very low key because they only made like 200 of them or something, because it was a prototype or something.
It
right?
wasn't that original Roadster like a different? It was not like a Tesla body. It was like a body.
It was still a Tesla body. They eventually made their own body. Like I've seen one on the streets before. I was like, yo, what is this car? I was like, oh shit, it's a Tesla Roadster.
I feel like the first Tesla was like the shell of a different cars company.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the history like that.
I don't know. I remember it was like a company that teamed up with Elon Musk. They now works with Elon Musk, but they are part of Tesla, but they're a different company that made electric cars. So they use their technology and the shell of they use Tesla technology and the shell of their car or the pans or whatever they were doing, and put them together and made the first Tesla. And then, you know, Elon Musk went and made his own shit.
I don't know, man. He just did a good job. Like, I remember when hybrids first came out, they were all ugly as fuck. Like, they're just so ugly. Remember last time I said a decked out Prius was like 50-60K? Yeah, I was bugging. I looked at it, it was like 35K, which is very affordable.
Yeah, man, you get a used one.
Yeah.
A Tesla's not that expensive either.
It starts at 35K, but man, those whatever things that you want, they add up real quick.
The auto driving software is already 5K.
Yeah,
you know, it is.
They extended battery with the dual motor. I think it's like 7K or more.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure like if you could tell which are the like the stock Teslas compared to the ones that already been upgraded.
The only way you could really tell though is like if you buy from the factory, you could tell by the badges on the back.
I judge by the wheels.
The wheels?
Because the stock wheels. Because have you been on the Tesla website where you could design your own car?
Yeah.
So the stock wheels, which don't add anything to your bigger price, they're not bigger. The rim is ugly. It's like a kind of like a flat aluminum thing that's black, and it just has like little slits in it.
That's on the Model 3 though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
That you could take it off though. It's just a cover. That you could take off. It's just a cover.
But then if you want to upgrade the car,
usually so like even for regular cars, right, when you go to a higher trim, which is like the sports package or something, they'll put like a bigger wheel.
I don't know about that.
So that's how you can tell.
I just judge them by their rim, because you could tell the stock rim from the more expensive rims, because it just look different. Yeah, because I'm assuming.
Well, I know you're talking about though. So for the stock one, it comes with like I think it has spokes on it, but then
they're hidden.
Yeah, they put like that cover on it.
Yeah, and that cover is like,
you could take it off, like. Yeah.
But this are the spokes. They're not the same spokes as the ones you could upgrade to though.
That I'm not sure. I haven't checked like that.
Cause I seen cars with like, cause where I live, there's a lot of freaking fancy people.
Yeah.
Like the other day I was walking by and there was a Ferrari like parked like a block from here. Like I don't know what it was. I know it was a Ferrari, and I seen Bentleys and I seen like high end Teslas and stuff. And then I also seen like the basic Teslas where they have like, I don't know, the Model 3. It's just small, basic white, nothing really changed to it. And then I saw a burgundy Tesla. It was the SUV one with the freaking
the Falcon wings.
Yeah. I saw it like open in front of the supermarket, and I was like, "Yo, that shit looks tight." I freaking fell in love with that color, man. Just like the burgundy, and I don't know, it looked tight. When I go jog by the shore, I see a bunch of those freaking fancy cars, man. I get so jealous.
Around Bay 8th, right? Yeah, word. Around that area, all the houses there are fucking huge and shit.
Dude, they're all mansions.
There's this one house I always drive by, and this dude got like, he has a Ferrari in the back, a 458, and he has like a Porsche in front of it, and then he'll have like another like Toyota to like block it.
I think yesterday I was walking from my jog back home, and to me those are just houses, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine the people inside. And then the other day there was a huge house, right? It was like the size of 3 or 4 houses, and it was like 4 stories high. Like it was a mansion basically. And I saw a lady step out, walk through the yard. She was young. I think she was Middle Eastern. That Middle Eastern money, man.
Oil money.
Yeah, but she walked through her yard, walked out, and then walked into her Maserati SUV. I don't know what it was, But then I was like, yo, imagine living that life, living in that house. Because I was looking at the house.
They got different struggles, man.
They do have different struggles. It's the same thing with when I was talking about Bill Gates. Like, I don't know if they're happy or not. But just imagine living in a house with you and let's say you and your family live in a 5-story house.
That'd be sick, bro.
Would it be? I mean, obviously it'll be sick, but I can't. I'm so basic in my.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because you know
we're not rich.
Yeah, so like we don't have that taste, but that's the thing. Like from here, right? Mm-hmm. Could you go back to Mexico and live right now?
No, but it'll be easier. It'll be easier for me to do that than a person that has never done that. Like I haven't lived in Mexico in a long time, and I never really lived in Mexico. I grew up in New York City, but like living now where I'm like basically poor. If I become rich and then go back to this, it'll be easier for me than somebody that grew up rich and then went back to, then lost.
Yeah, of course, but that's because you don't know. You don't know that life. Imagine, let's just say somebody took us right now and put us in a lavish lifestyle and said, you're going to live like this for 6 months. Do you think you could ever go back to this lifestyle? Yeah, let's pause real quick.
We'll get back answer to the question in a second.
Let's say somebody took you right now from the way you're living right now. Mm-hmm. They're like, all right, for 6 months we're gonna give you $1 million. They're gonna put you in a mansion, and all expenses are paid. So what are you gonna do with that money? What are you gonna, how are you gonna live your life?
That's a really good question. I'll probably just invite everybody.
All right, but
everybody I know.
Think about it. You're still gonna be. So like, I give you a perfect example right now, right? You see all these mainlanders that come to New York to visit, and
I have a question.
Yeah.
So they give you $1 million, right?
Yeah.
And you live in a mansion for 6 months.
Yeah.
But you can't take any of that home when you're done, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Whatever you paid for with that money, you don't get to keep. They're gonna put you back into, Like, could you imagine that?
I'll probably spend like a good month at home. Like exploring the mansion, having like a bunch of friends over, having like.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Like within 6 months, you're gonna learn how to live more lavishly.
A little bit, I guess. But here's the thing though, since I'm not like I like doing things outside of the house.
Yeah.
The mansion I'll get over real quick, right? Like as soon as everybody's done. After that, I want to travel using that money.
Yeah, you would have money.
Yeah, and then going back to being broke again, it'll be hard, but I'll get over it. Cause here's the thing though, when you tell me you have 6 months to enjoy all this stuff, I know that I'm gonna have to go back to real life real soon, right? And then I'll be mentally prepared. But if I became like a millionaire by myself after like 15 years of working really hard, and I make it, and then my company goes bankrupt and I go back to eating rice and beans every day, then
is that considered PTSD?
No, I don't think so.
Cause like I think that's why veterans get PTSD, because they're in the service for so long.
Though. That's way different. I think PTSD, you have to have like a traumatic experience. Being broke is not a traumatic experience unless you're like beaten or you're like homeless or something.
I feel like some people can like, I don't know. I guess depending on their mental strength, like that could break somebody.
No, yeah, definitely. Like there's people that lose their millions and they kill themselves.
Yeah.
But that's less PTSD, and that's more just like not being able to deal with the money you lost because of the value it holds, right? But that's because you value money that much.
So PTSD is only for like major trauma?
Yeah, because people that experience PTSD, it's not just like, it's like it's more psychological and mental than it is like just hardship. Like if someone you love dies, right?
Yeah.
You can get PTSD if it's like a super traumatic experience, in the sense that you were next to them when they got shot, or like there was a car accident and now you're kind of like iffy about getting into cars or something. But if somebody dies that you love and you're sad about it and you're reaching a point of killing yourself, I think I wouldn't consider that PTSD. I just think it's like a hardship, right?
I just asked because I didn't know.
I mean, I don't know either.
Because like I know like PTSD, like a lot of veterans have, but like I'm just wondering if like that could be classified under PTSD.
I don't know. It could be.
All right, let's go back to the original
question though.
Back to the original question. So like if so like something that hit me hard was when I went back to China and I visited mainland also, right? And I saw like the farmlands. I was like, I could never live like this. You know, like especially growing up in New York, like you just like see how much you have, how much you take for granted, and like it's crazy, man.
I agree with you. But that's why you by living a place like New York where it's really hard to just live a normal life because everything's so expensive, you end up working harder just to obtain the life you already had, like you're used to, right?
Yeah.
For example, if you move back to China, right, and you live in a third world country, you can handle it, but you're gonna want to go back to your like original way of living, right? Which would be like you live here in New York. But it could be backwards also. Like people that are really old, like a lot of like immigrant parents, right? Like all our parents, when they're getting old, they want to go back to their original country because that's how they grew up and that's what they're used to. Even if it's like a lower.
Have you ever asked your parents?
My dad wants to go to Mexico.
I asked my mom, would you go back to China? She said, hell no.
But it depends though. It depends how they grew up, I guess.
She grew up there she didn't come here until she was like early to mid 20s. So she's pretty much her whole childhood was in China.
I don't know, man. It depends.
She told, I think it definitely varies from person to person.
It depends how you did here. Because I have like family members and friends.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is
moved back to Mexico because they were not able to make it in New York City because it was just too hard.
Yeah,
it's just easier over there. But then if you make it here, then you're obviously gonna be better off here.
Yeah, for the main thing. I think the hardest thing is like owning a home here, you know, because now houses are so expensive.
Yeah.
But like back then, you were able to do it. You know, like back then you could work any job and take loans or like find or just whatever and put a down payment on a house. Now, you know, you can't be working a minimum wage paying job and ever put a down payment on a house.
I don't know, man. It's weird. We live in a weird time. But yeah, I feel like, do you think you ever move out of New York City?
I think I could.
I feel like two things might happen if we move out of New York City.
What?
We live somewhere else for a long time and we miss New York City and we move back and like let's say
I wouldn't come back.
But let's say you make it to the point that you could live the life you want somewhere else here, you might want to come back. Or another thing might happen is like you never want to come back, but you never know until you move, right?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking, like if I'm old and when I'm older and I have a family, I live outside of New York. But I want my kids to experience New York though.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe that New York develops like
strong
character. Yeah. Because you just go through so much here.
But here's the thing though, you have to grow up in New York to develop that character. If you visit New York, if you live part of your life in New York, like let's say your teenage years or your college years, you don't develop the same character. Like especially like kids, like especially a lot of hipster people.
I feel like there's some character that New York that you can skip.
Like what? Like the hood part?
Yeah, like that you can skip.
I don't know, man.
Like I think that just, for me, what that's done to me is just taught me to be humble. Because, you know, anyone, honestly, anyone can take you out, you know? Like, especially in New York, like, there's people that they'll kill you for somebody else.
Like, I mean, that's, you're kind of over exaggerating though. Like in the sense that like,
I don't know, man.
I'm talking about just like New York grit, right? Like we're not saying specifically us or not saying everybody, like, but we're mentally tough, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
But you get the same mental toughness if you lived on a farm, right? Just the fact that you work and you know live in a hard area. I don't know.
I think it's different because, so the thing about New York is that there's so many different ethnicities here, different types of people and culture, and you know, if you do put yourself out there and you get to, you know, just talk and interact with all these other different people, like I think that really builds character in you, you know, because you're inviting other ideas, opposing ideas.
How about LA? Like, are people from LA?
I would say LA
is diverse.
LA is diverse, but how are the communities, you know? Because like like we were saying, in New York, you're on top of everybody. Everybody's on top of each other. But in LA, it's crowded, but you need a car in LA.
Yeah.
In New York, you could walk. Yeah,
Yeah. That's a funny thing. You're saying that, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing this guy. He probably on Rogan or somewhere else. That he said that New York City is the most like culturally diverse area in the world.
Yeah.
But he said New York City is the most segregated place in the world. Because
you know what that is? So you interacting with people can go one of two ways. You either invite it or it scares you so much to the point where you don't want to interact with anybody. That's what I think.
I think it's you either accommodate or assimilate. Accommodate is in the sense that, let's say you live in a Mexican neighborhood and Chinese people start moving in, you accommodate for their culture, right?
Yeah.
Or the Chinese people assimilate to the Mexican culture. So it's weird. So New York City is it's a melting pot in a sense, but people accommodate and assimilate in a sense that you have like Sunset in Brooklyn, a lot of Asian people, a lot of Chinese people. You see cultures of both. They're separated in blocks. Like there might be a Chinese block, there might be a Mexican block, but there also is a Mexican Chinese block. There's Chinese food, there's Mexican food next to each other.
Fusions.
It's a lot of fusions. So it is segregated in a sense because people like living with people with cultures they know.
Yeah.
But all their kids are going to the same school. Everybody's taking the same transportation. Restaurants are from the same, like in the same area. So when I was listening to this podcast with that guy saying that Brooklyn is the most segregated place in the world, I was like, it is, but it's true. Not, because we all are forced to like live together and coexist.
I think, but to coexist, right? I think that's mostly the younger generations that are going to school, because that's where I interacted with like the most.
I feel like even older generations, like my mom, when she lived here in New York City, she worked at a beauty supply store.
Yeah.
Because that's a easy job for her to get. Her boss was Korean. My mom knows Spanish and a little bit of English.
Now a little bit of Korean.
Yeah.
That's
so
tight.
her boss knew Korean and a little bit of English. But working with each other for years, like 15 years, she learned a little Korean, she learned a little Spanish, and they used it at work. So they had their shop in a kind of like a hood area of the neighborhood. So when somebody suspicious walked in, her boss would say something in Korean and she'll be alert to keep an eye out. So that's a melting pot, right? You have two cultures, Korean and Mexican, like
beautiful, man.
Yeah, which is they just the fact that they're near each other, they're able to like coexist. And then it even got to a point where she'll come over to our house and we have dinner, right?
Damn, that's mad. That's cool as fuck.
And then my mom will learn recipes, like Korean recipes from her. And then one day we'll get home and there'll be like kimchi or something at the table. I think one time we spent a good hour or two making spring rolls, and I thought it was tight as fuck, man. And then my mom will cook dinner, right? And then she'll take leftovers to work and share with her boss, and the boss will be like, yo, what is this? It's so good. And it'll be like, I don't know, like some tacos things or something, like I don't know, like I think her boss really liked what's it called? It's like rolled up tacos that are fried.
Taquitos.
Yeah. How do you know? I didn't know. That's crazy. Taquitos. She loved those.
I've never even had real taquitos. I only had them from 7-Eleven, bro. But I knew what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, they're good, but
it's not authentic, right?
Not really. I mean, is anything from 7-Eleven like authentic?
I don't think so.
The way my mom makes it, she just like rolls up cheese or like meat or I don't know, potatoes or something, whatever she has, rolls it up, fries it, and then she puts it on a plate. Then she puts like lettuce and like sour cream and cheese, which that's basically all Mexican food.
Man,
it'll be so good. It'll be so good.
I've been eating at home the past few days. Like I had to go to Popeyes today to get that sandwich.
Whoa.
It's like just been eating cleaner, eating at home.
What have I been eating?
Craving some jerk chicken, some Caribbean food.
It's good. Another way of assimilating, right? We have
just the different types of food.
Yeah, like a bunch of food. Like you can have whatever you want. Like I had
really could.
Like can you like a lot of people in this planet can't say they had in their lifetime had Korean food, Japanese food. I don't know, like Thai
New
food,
York
Filipino food.
New York got some good ass food, bro. Like that's another thing I think people take for granted growing up in New York. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when I was in Texas.
We could talk about that a little bit. We could do a whole podcast about just the differences between New York and other places, man. Which we
Yeah.
should. We should do it one day. Maybe with somebody that didn't live in New York City. Let us know if you want to be on the podcast.
Word. We gotta find people that
Have different experiences than us.
or they didn't grow up in New York, cause we pretty much grew up in New York.
Yeah, so we're real New Yorkers, born and raised. NYC.
But yeah, so like what we were saying before, like I think one plan that I was thinking about, like if I do decide to leave New York, I raise a family outside of New York, right? Maybe even further away. Ideally, I would like to live in a state with no state income tax, which is like
Washington.
Vegas. I think Vegas could be a nice spot. Yeah, but
Vegas
like
is cheap, bro.
Vegas. That's the thing, because right now there's a lot of real estate there, you know. So like I could literally build a house and live like
Have you
fucking.
been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas, but I've seen stuff there.
How
like,
about
in
this?
pictures, and I'm like,
The
damn.
first $1,000 we make
Yeah.
off this channel, we go to Vegas, spend it all. And
At Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to spend that first time.
Nah, bro. You ever
Look, we could do that. We could do that later, bro.
Nah,
I wanna grow this as big as we can.
What if we make
What
$1
is
million?
it? What is $1,000, bro?
A lot of money.
Donnie's gonna send that to us in the mail.
So
soon.
let's go to Vegas with that.
Nah. Nah, sure.
Let's just show up, put everything like on the roulette table.
Like how
on
much?
black.
How much you wanna? Cause like 1,000 is nothing, bro. Like come
Uh-huh.
on, 1,000 for us, that's nothing. Like that's not even. That don't even cover rent.
Make that 1,000 to $1 million. Just play a bunch of poker. You just keep winning.
So you know what's crazy? They have like this high stakes table in Vegas, right?
You can't even sit on it though if you don't have enough money.
Well, I know somebody that won like over 6 figures in one hand in poker.
Like, you know somebody like
I don't. I know him. We're not super close, but like, yeah, he won like the high stakes in one hand. And
is he rich now?
He's not rich, but like,
Lost a little
I think his family's already well off. But
so I mean, the only people that win that are the people that have the luxury of being able to spend that money. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he had the luxury of spending that money.
If he's-
I don't think he did, cause you know, like, I think if you were to take people in New York and put them in another state, like, they would be fine, because
Nah, I don't think so.
the upkeep is so
I don't think so,
expensive here.
man. If you take somebody from New York that lives in a city that doesn't even have a driver's license, and you put them in Montana or Texas, where they're gonna lose
But
their mind.
they could learn how to drive though.
If you take a person that has been living in New York, not us, like we know how to drive.
Yeah.
But I know so much people like they lived in New York City their whole life. They don't even have a driver's license. Like at 40, you take them to a state where they have to drive. They're gonna die because they can't get food. They're gonna walk to work. Like, it's crazy.
I
You'll
don't
see,
know,
bro.
man.
That's one thing we take for granted is public transportation. I hated the fact that I had to drive everywhere in LA.
Really, I love driving.
But I'm trying to think. The way I put it is like, let's say when we're in LA, we want to go sightseeing, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there's no public transportation in New York City, so
How would we do it, right? Probably Uber or like bike.
no. But what I'm saying is that you could probably do Uber, but you're spending money.
Yeah, we're
But-
a lot of money.
But when we were there, we wanted to go sightseeing.
Yeah.
So let's say the equivalent of that would be in New York City with no public transportation. We go see the Empire State Building. We have to pay $20 in parking. We finish seeing it. Then now we want to go see the statue, not Statue of Liberty, the World Trade Center. Then we gotta get back in our car, drive down there through the traffic to that spot, pay for parking, like $20 for an hour or whatever. Do whatever we have to do. Then go somewhere else, pay for parking. It's so like, it sucks. I don't like it.
Man, yeah, that's impossible in New York.
Yeah. No, even in LA, it's just so annoying just driving everywhere. Or
Oh,
we'll go
really?
to a restaurant and then we get to the restaurant. It's like, oh, there's no parking in the restaurant. So that means we have to drive around to find parking, or we just freaking don't eat there. It was just so weird. Or the fact that you have to drive everywhere. For example, the supermarket's not gonna be around the corner. You can't just walk over there and go get something. It's gonna be a mile or two away, and you have to drive over there. It's just, I don't know, just the fact that you have to drive everywhere, it was annoying. Like, you like driving because
I love driving.
It's a luxury in New York City.
It
Like,
is.
not a lot of people drive, and when New Yorkers have to drive, they like driving, unless they have to drive back and
Nah,
forth
I
from
don't
work.
think so.
what it depends what you're driving for, right?
Yeah. For
Like
sure.
you drive every day for work, it's gonna be annoying because there's a lot of traffic. But if you drive every now and then for luxury, for stuff you don't necessarily have to do every day, then it's fun. In LA, when you have to drive for everything, or in California when you have to drive for everything, it kind of sucks, and then it just makes you not want to do it. So that's one thing I missed when I was over there. I always wanted to just be like, I just want to go over there and just, you know, take the train, be by myself. I don't have to take somebody out, you know. And then freaking have family members that don't know how to drive, so then I have to drive everywhere for them. And then dealing with other people, like one thing I didn't like is let's say you had an hour drive, right?
Yeah.
Compared to here, you have an hour train ride. You know, sit down, relax, put your headphones on, watch a movie on your phone, and then an hour later you're there. But when you're driving, you have to physically be paying attention the whole time. And that's maybe for me, because I'm a new driver and I'm not used to driving my whole life. It's too much mental capacity. It takes up, you know, I get tired, I get a headache.
No, that's hard because, like, honestly, even if I'm driving and you're trying to have like a deep conversation, like if we're talking like this, it's gonna take some of my focus away from driving. And
then you gotta be like, shut up. I gotta enter the highway.
Nah, so here's this probably what happened. Like if I'm about to you know, if let's say we're driving upstate or some shit, and I need to see the navigation, then I might kind of like tune you out for a second while I'm like trying to take this next exit or merge onto another highway. It's like, but like other than that, yeah,
I do like driving.
I don't know. Driving for me is like a bird and flying. You know, like it's just it feels very liberating.
No, I agree with you. That's one. See, I'm knocking on driving a lot, but one thing I loved about being in California with my family was the fact that as a family we could just be like, all right, where do we want to go? And then we just decide to go like Las Vegas, or we go to like LA, we go to like on a vacation real quick, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like here in New York City, everything has to be planned out. Like, okay, this person lives over there, this person lives over there. We have to figure out how they're gonna get here to there. Everything has to be planned according to our schedule. We all have to go to a place we could all physically go to, which is, we're limited by the MTA. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it sucks because I could only go as far as the train takes me. I can't go to, you know, Connecticut. I can't go to a different state because I don't have the car. Like, Connecticut is an hour away. It's a drive, bro. That's nothing.
Nah, that's longer than an hour.
An hour 30.
Yeah.
2 hours maybe. Depends on
Hour
traffic.
30. It's
An
like
hour
wishful
30 from
thinking.
here.
Yeah.
It's like an hour 30 from here, but from like
With no
Manhattan.
traffic. Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
limited by the fact that we don't have a car. When I
Yeah,
was over
that's
there, I love the fact that
but
we just drive.
But another thing in New York, so like since everybody's on top of each other, like imagine you don't have a parking spot and you go out late and you could spend like, I have friends that they don't have parking spots and they come home late and they'll take like 2 hours to find parking.
Yeah, that's one thing that sucks. I mean, yeah, that's why a car's not really necessary here.
Yeah.
I want a motorcycle.
Motorcycle is probably...
Yeah, motorcycle.
Motorcycle is dangerous too, though.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get my license, but I decided just not to. I think it's just better for my well-being if I don't.
I feel like if you get a motorcycle, you'll kill yourself somehow.
Maybe.
You're gonna try to freaking cut off a car. The car's gonna rear end you. You're gonna go flying. You're gonna land on your head.
I don't know, man. As I'm getting older, I try to be
chill out a
more
little
rational.
bit?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already chill. Like if I get a motorcycle, I'm gonna get a Harley. Like that.
Like a cruiser, right?
Yeah, one that could barely steer.
With a short-ass turning radius.
Dude, I was obsessed with motorcycles for a while just because I was watching Sons of Anarchy.
Word.
It's a freaking... If you don't know what Sons of Anarchy is, it's a TV show about a motorcycle gang. And it would just show them driving around.
Motorcycle Club, MC.
Motorcycle Club, yeah. They didn't do any criminal activity besides,
None at all.
The first episode, I think, of freaking a barn house with a bunch of guns blew up.
Word.
And then there was two dead bodies in there. It was crazy.
Nah, that shit was badass.
It got crazy though, because the fact that, like, it's a show obviously oriented to guys, right? Like
yeah.
Guns, drugs, a bunch of sex, bikers. It's gritty. It's crazy, right? But for a guy show, it was so much drama, like drama between characters. Like
Word.
The husband and the wife don't like each other. The grandparents don't like each other. The siblings don't like each other. Like, it was just like everybody hates each other. Everybody's arguing about random stuff.
That's
like,
realistic though. I feel like a lot of families have internal conflict.
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically like you'll take the same situations and put into a rom-com, and it'll be the same thing. Like, it's it was so much drama. But
Word,
I mean,
it
it
was.
is a TV show and it was interesting. But it was literally like every episode, like, oh, we finally saved the baby. Okay, now this
It's just
bad thing happened.
shit after something.
It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
And then recently, because we've been in quarantine, I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and it's the same thing where every episode something stupid crazy happens.
Have you watched the movie Shawshank Redemption?
No, don't ruin it for me. It's on my list.
Yeah, you should watch that.
Yeah, I know.
Instant classic, man.
What's the recent movie I watched? I mean, I'm probably gonna name a movie you never heard of, so there's no point.
I need some movies to watch too, man.
I got a list.
All right, send me it.
It's my poster.
It's
I
on your
probably mentioned
poster?
it before. Yeah, like it's a poster of the 100 movies everybody should watch. And it has Shawshank Redemption. It has like 2001: Space Odyssey. It has Pulp Fiction. It has a bunch of movies.
I don't even know if I watched Pulp Fiction. I don't think I have.
gotta watch Pulp
Actually, I have watched Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I don't know, man. It's hard to pinpoint because of the different genres.
What's your favorite comedy?
Favorite comedy? Probably Zombieland, man.
No, that's a good one.
I love Zombie. I'm so happy they made number 2, bro.
Mine, I like The End. With,
The End?
It might not be my favorite. It's just the first one that came to my mind. The End with have you seen it?
Wait, what is it? Is it about the apocalypse with all the
Mhm.
celebrities?
Yeah,
All right, I have seen
that's so funny, bro. I literally, it came up on TV one time. And I just kind of thought it was gonna be a shitty like B movie, and it was really good. And I was like, yo, this is so funny because it references a lot of movies. Like a big one they references The Mist. Have you ever seen The Mist? The Mist is a movie by it's a story from Stephen King
it. Yeah.
where they're in a city, right, and a mist rolls in, and then inside the mist is a bunch of monsters, and there's a bunch of people trapped in this supermarket, and they can't leave because there's a bunch of monsters outside. So you know how in the end they're trapped in a mansion
Yeah.
and they can't go outside because there's a bunch of monsters. It's basically the same thing, like people arguing, like what should we do?
I just remember Rihanna was in it, right? She was in there.
For a second, she died.
There's a lot of celebrities in that movie.
Yeah,
So many
I think
celebrities.
Rihanna came in and left. Isn't that the point? Like, it's like what would happen if there was a apocalypse in like Malibu or something with all the celebrities? Have you seen what's the show called? Last Man on Earth. It's a show about this guy who's literally the last man on Earth, and all he does. It's a comedy. I think it got canceled,
Oh,
but
damn.
yeah, but it was really good. It was on Hulu.
How about Rick and Morty? You like Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I only saw season 1, and I kind of died off because the season took too long to come out. The
Dude,
season
it's
2.
up to season 4 now.
It's so much work.
Yo,
I got so much
love
shows
Rick and
to
Morty.
watch, dude.
Rick
I've
and
been-
Morty is funny.
I just started watching The Boys.
Oh, word. My friend told me I watched that.
Yeah, and then I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, and I still have to watch Narcos season 2 for Mexico.
Narcos,
But-
I watched season 1.
But The Last Man on Earth is basically about this guy who's the last. He thinks he's the last person on Earth, right? And all you see him do is just he lives in a mansion. He drives random shit. He just does whatever he wants every day, and that's basically what I think we will end up doing if we became like rich. We just do whatever we want every day. Like he'll be in his yard. He'll go to a museum and steal all the famous art and just put it in his house. And then it's really funny. And then he'll live nasty because there's nobody there, right? So he had
Word,
like
so
a
it didn't
beard and
matter.
stuff. And then a woman appears. Yeah, and then he doesn't fall in love, but he wants to like have sex, and she won't have sex unless unless they get married. So he has to propose just to have sex. And then as soon as he proposes and gets married to her, 2 more girls appear. And then the girls are like down for a threesome.
What?
Yeah, and then and then he's about to have his threesome, and his wife appears out of nowhere.
His wife.
Yeah, because he got married to the first girl that came out.
Oh.
So now he's there. He's the last man on Earth with three females, and they all hate him.
They all hate him.
Yeah, because he was trying to cheat on his wife with the 2 girls that want to have a threesome, and now the 2 girls find out he had a wife, and she's alive.
Okay.
So they all fight, and he's pissed off, and then a guy appears.
Damn, they better have an orgy.
A guy appears and he gets the threesome. So now he hates the guy. It's a really good show, and it sucks they get canceled. And it gets even crazier. Like there's, and then it turns out that his brother is a astronaut and he's in space and he's outside in orbit and there's nobody to save him. It's really nuts, bro. It's a good show. It sucks they got canceled.
Maybe I'll check it out. I got a lot of time, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, I was glad to come out today, you know.
You want to end this soon?
Yeah, we can end it here. It's probably gonna cut off soon.
If you guys are watching this at home while you're being quarantined, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, don't touch people, don't touch your loved ones. They probably got the Ronas.
Yeah, you know, I saw something funny actually. It
Yeah.
was like, just I don't know if it was like officially published. It was like, yeah, don't have sex, just masturbate.
That works, bro. Don't spread that seed. Masturbating probably will keep us all sane during this pandemic. But stay safe, y'all. It's been real.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week if one of us aren't infected.